Okay, because I think some of you will find it helpful, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to organize a proposal document in Word using the new Word Contents feature. Now, this is a fantastic new bit of kit that allows you to really clearly organize the documents that you're working on. So let's just dive straight in and give it the document some content. Just for fun, we're going to talk about American popular culture, and let's do literature and pop music. Why not? Okay, so under literature, let's have a great American author, William Faulkner, and let's say John Steinbeck. Why not? Okay, and then pop music, we'll have U2 and Taylor Swift. Never let it be said I'm not inclusive of everyone's tastes. Okay, so under here, under William Faulkner, let's just throw in some novels. So The Sound and the Fury, Sanctuary, Light in August. A particular favourite of mine. Okay, we'll leave it at 3. Apparently I can't spell sanctuary. And Steinbeck, Shout 'em Out, as you know. East of Eden, Of Mice and Men, of course. And The Grapes of Wrath. Okay. Pop music. U2 songs. I've just realised how much I'm going to struggle when it gets to the Taylor Swift part. But okay, U2 songs, everyone knows one. Mysterious Ways and Beautiful Day. And for Taylor Swift, let's have Love Story and 15 and Fearless. Okay. Now, what you see here is a fairly comprehensive list of random stuff, but it can be organised into clear levels. So, using the titles feature, which appears up here in the word menu. Incidentally, if you're not seeing this word menu, if you're still seeing something that says File, Edit, blah blah blah, all the usual old stuff, you are using a version of Word that is very, very old, and I strongly advise you look at an upgrade. Okay, so American Popular Culture being our overall title under which all of these things fit, we're going to make that a heading number 1 by clicking here. Literature becomes a heading number 2. William Faulkner becomes a heading number 3. And all of these become simply entries underneath that heading. Okay, so John Steinbeck, like Faulkner, becomes a heading number 3. Pop music becomes a heading number 2, just like literature. U2, a heading number 3, just like Faulkner and Steinbeck. And we do the same thing with Taylor Swift. Okay, just so that they all show up in the contents page, I'm going to call these heading 4s. You won't often get down to using 4 levels of heading in a document, but it'll illustrate nicely when we come to do the contents page. Okay, so let's just say we had a page of comments or things to say about each of these. Now, of course, in real life, this will be aspects of our business service offering, but it's a lot easier to whip through this if I'm not having to think up relevant business materials. Okay, so let's put some page breaks in here. I'm not going to do the whole document. I'll just do down to the end of the Faulkner bit. Okay. So Now, when I go back up to the top page, I'll start this off on the second page. I have the opportunity to input my contents page. So if I go to References in the menu up here, click on Table of Contents and Automatic Table, look what happens. Suddenly we are delivered this automatic contents page that even contains the page numbers that everything is sitting on. And as you can see, our first heading, American Popular Culture, inside that we see literature and pop music, and inside those we see the artists that we chose. Okay, so to demonstrate how you'd update this, right now literature is sitting on page 3. So let's find another word for that. Let's change that to books instead of literature. And instead of being on page 3, we'll put another page break in there, send it to page 4. Now when we come back up to our contents page, all we need to do is click on Update Table at the top, and you'll see what happened. Literature turned into books automatically, and page 3 turned into page 4 automatically. So basically, whenever you're working on a document, instead of putting a contents page in before or putting it in afterwards, you can simply let it update itself as you go along. Now for the most part, in our formal submissions, I use a slightly different style. You can select, as you can see here, under Change Styles and Style Set, any style you want for this menu. I use the one entitled Modern, and as you can see, that gives us just slightly different and I think clearer titles for our bits and pieces. We should see that nice and clearly when we get down to the ones that aren't separated. Yes, there you go. Okay, so that is how you create a automatic contents page in Word, which is something that I strongly suggest you do if you're putting together a document of any length. If you've got any questions, please let me know, and good luck with it.